Okay, here we go. And hello, and welcome to the Morning Wood. I am so glad you could jump up on my wood. It's going to be a long, throbbing, pulsating, ejaculating show indeed. Before we introduce the panel, as always, announcements. What is announcement? Oh, we have a $50 stream go. If we make today's stream go, there will be a Friday show tomorrow because last night we did make yesterday's stream go. Doubled it, actually. That's the reason I decided to go ahead and add it to the thing. So, as always, from now on, if we make every day of the 4 days of the week show, we'll do a Friday show. So, it'll make the $50 go, and we'll do tomorrow's show. There will not be a show on Christmas Eve on Monday. That's when we do my family thing. But Christmas Day, for anybody who may not have family to spend time with or anything, we will be doing a morning show. Me and Red, and anybody who may want to join. We're just gonna try to make you smile if you're lonely on Christmas Day. And if you're not lonely, you can still come smile with us, because that's what we do here on the Morning Wood. All right, let me introduce the panel. First off, we've got that no good in the hood. That Mr. Robot, that corpse beat it himself, Animancer. What's up?
Oh man, I'm honored by your introduction. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, good to have you. Also, we've got that Georgia boy, that hip hop hero, that Canadian girl fucker himself, Marshall Manson.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Sorry I missed your last couple shows. I have more important shit to do.
Fuck you. There's nothing more important. Anyways, okay, here we got it. It's a big one here. We got the king of cringe, the prince of putrid, that the Paul's ego lookalike, Egghead.
What's going on?
Oh fuck! I forgot the Earl of Ew. Okay, yeah. And now for the blunder from down under, the Aussie with an attitude, that's not our age, this is our age, Red Eye.
I resemble that.
I resemble that. See, I love those intros, man.
They're great, dude.
That's good.
Really good. Yeah.
I feel like I'm a wrestler or some shit like that.
I worked on the Earl of Ew and then I forgot it. The Earl of Ew.
The Earl of EU.
Yeah, the Prince of Putrid. And I like the blunder from down.
Oh, Lord.
No.
Yeah, that's the best one by far. I'm just gonna go off and say that. Best one.
Yeah. I had another one from
What'd
Marshall.
you say? No good under the hood?
Yeah, no good under the hood.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I had another one for you, but I forgot it.
Oh, it's all good.
Yours was kind of complimentary. The other one was kind of insulting.
Yeah, I appreciate that shit,
That's the only time it's ever going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Especially on this show.
So, yeah, man. Egghead, how you doing? You going to, just walk around and shit, be sort of unprofessional?
No, I decided to move to a different room because my wife's making noise.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Was she taking a shit?
No, she's just wrapping more Christmas presents.
Did you give me something?
You didn't. I don't know what you want.
I want $100.
Oh, $100.
$100.
So I'll send you $100 in check in the mail.
There you go.
$100
check.
Yeah, that's right. You can just go do what you will.
Okay, well, a little update on the story we talked about the other day. Red Eye let me know, and I wanted to let everybody else know. The Yemen mother who was denied entry into the U.S. to see her dying kid, she finally got. She was initially denied, but she got in, so she got to go see her.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah, she got to go see her boy, and that's really good.
That is
because
good.
he is going. He may even be dead already, but he was. Yeah, he was on his last breath.
Wow, maybe outrage on social media is actually good for something.
It does work sometimes. It does work. It does.
It can be.
That is true.
You hear about the attorney suing Facebook over Cambridge Analytica privacy story?
No, I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard about it, but good. Fuck Facebook and their fucking mishandling of people's information.
Yeah,
Fuck this suck.
Yeah, dude. The thing about it is, come to find out, they're giving all your information to Netflix,
Of course they are.
to Amazon, to everybody. Which, I mean, it's of course they are, like you said. Because I could go on Prime and look at for something on Amazon, then go to Facebook and there's an advertisement for that product.
Yep.
Yeah, Facebook's ad targeting is disgusting, dude. It's like some Terminator shit. Like, and people get skeeved out because I swear this has happened to me. I'll be talking about something, not searched about it, but talked about it, and then see ads about it the same day, which tells me that Messenger might be listening in for like keywords, which is really creepy.
Yeah, and it's so obvious that they're like, I mean, they're not even like hiding it no more. They're like, here, we're fucking watching you, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Big Brother's always watching.
And better be hoping they ain't watching Red Eye because he got some weird shit going on.
It's all right though, right? Because Australia is not a real place.
Yeah.
He's probably
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just an actor, you know. He doesn't actually sound like that. He sounds-
Australia is just something made out of fiction.
Yeah, why don't
Actually,
you speak in your real accent, Red Eye?
Yeah,
Come on.
man.
yeah,
That's
Red
cool.
Eye.
Be
You're really
earnest.
from like Tennessee or something.
No, he's actually from South Africa.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've been there before. It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I don't. Did Red Eye walk away or something? Because he hasn't said shit.
I'm sorry. I'm a fucking Irishman. My name's Patio Furniture.
Patio furniture.
Patio furniture.
Oh my god.
That's
I totally stole that from Mr. Medica, by the way. I did not come up with that.
Official disclaimer here.
so you're a plagiarizer.
I stole the fuck out of that one.
You
Just like an
fucking
Australian
piece of
would say,
shit.
maybe I am an Australian after all because I stole some shit. We're convicts.
You're a piece of shit.
Right, thieving
No good
cunt.
piece of shit.
Thieving piece of fucking shit. Steal all your stuff.
How dare you should be hanged.
I chose my family chose fucking transportation instead of being hung.
Jacksepticeye hit by chaos at London Gatwick Airport. The popular star told fans that issues at Gatwick Airport may affect his uploads. Flights have been suspended after drones were spotted flying over the airfield.
Oh my
Some fucking idiot is going, well, you know what? Let's take the fucking drones down to the local airport and buzz some fucking 747s while they're taking off. That would be fucking more fun, wouldn't it? And they shut the fucking airport down for several hours. No planes could come in or out. They had to divert fully loaded planes full of people to other airports because if you suck one of those into the engine of a 747, shit could go horribly wrong as it's landing and everyone dies. It's like, you probably don't want that.
Yeah, that's
you probably don't want that.
It's going to be very interesting to see in the future how it works with how airspace is regulated because it's going to have to be done through like very precise maths.
Well, in Australia right now, what they do is the manufacturers geo-block your drone. If you try and fucking fly your drone within a certain distance of an airport in Australia, the thing will not take off unless you hack the software.
No,
it will not take off.
That's smart. I don't see an issue with that.
Yeah,
I think it's incredibly smart. In fact, the drone that I've got a tiny little one the size of a small dinner plate, and I could fucking ruin a plane's day just with that, flying it into a fucking anywhere, hitting a plane with it. Bad idea. Taking a drone. Keep the fuck away from airports with your
It's
drones.
stupid. It's fucking retarded. If you're,
what's worse than would fly into an actual engine? Birds or drones? Which one's worse?
drones. Well, it's just not that. Okay, it's not just like
made
that.
of metal.
Yeah, it's made of metal, of course.
Well, the battery inside the fucking drone is going to go, and that's a chemical reaction that won't go out until it's done its thing.
It could cause explosions, all kind of shit.
Yeah.
And
a bird, worst case scenario, will shut that engine down, and they can maybe even recover the engine because it's just bone and cartilage and a lot of squishy stuff, really.
And you know, and it could there's all kinds of fucking things that could go wrong with a drone. And another thing is flying it over an airport. It's so
illegal.
It's highly illegal because all the terrorist shit that goes on in the world. You know, everybody lives on fucking eggshells as it is when it comes to airports and terrorism and all that shit. And flying a fucking drone over it, you're just asking to be in trouble. You're being a dick.
You know, I think. Sorry,
it's the crazy thing. There is a company in America that's already developed an anti-drone drone, and what this thing does is, if it detects a drone, it's a really high-powered one, and it'll fucking get launched, and it will fly up behind this thing, and it will shoot a net and fucking catch the drone, or fucking it's got a couple of devices that will disable that drone and drop it like a bag of shit. And they're designed to operate around football stadiums, airports, and the like. They're in testing stage at the moment, but you will start seeing devices like that rolled out because of idiots like this shutting down an airport near Christmas. That's a fucking how much money was lost in that airport that day just from the amount of money got wasted just because two dickheads wanted to fly a drone. It's fucking
how many hours was it shut down?
Several, it said. So at least I'd say over 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a few hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just crazy, just retarded. And you
How
know,
fucking pissed I'd be, dude.
oh yeah, over something like that. Yeah, you know, you're just causing chaos that don't need to be caused. You're fucking with people getting home. Let's say somebody's trying to get home to a sick child or something, and you know, it's just you're an asshole.
The lucky thing is, though, the UK getting your flight diverted. The worst case scenario, it doesn't take that long to travel from the north to the south of the UK once you're there. It's not a huge country. Like if you got diverted from, say, instead of LA, they were being forced to go over to New York and land. That'd really piss you off, you know. But
but you know that once it starts, things like this has a fucking snowball effect. It'll happen again and again and again.
Of course.
That's
This
why
kind
you
of
see
thing.
penalties
Yeah, talk about an
increase.
easy way of, an act of terrorism potentially. Like I don't even
Oh,
want to
yeah.
know the
Of
potential.
course.
You could do shits to drones to make them really dangerous. But see, this right here, this is why we can't have nice things. Like, drones are really fucking cool, but
Well, that
there's
and
always
Red
got to
Eye.
be some dumbass that fucks it up. Yeah, and Red Eye.
Just keep the damn
You know-
drones in their respective flying spaces.
Yeah, Egghead brought up birds earlier.
just
I'll be
wanna
very
punch
interested to see
Egghead.
how. I was talking about airspace earlier, and obviously we'll be able to regulate things like planes and drones, but we can't account for things like birds and shit like that fly. So I wonder when drones become more popular, if we'll actually see a decline in some of these bird species.
Well, you rocking little motherfucker.
Hey,
He is rocking.
I inherit it from the Lord of Edge himself. I rock
Well, I
like
do
a
it
king.
too. I do it too a lot of times. But I was sitting here watching you, and I caught myself doing it.
Oh shit! Dude. It's kind of infectious sometimes.
Yeah, it's like yawning.
So
I
what?
think you'll see the UK roll out laws like Australia where they
Yeah.
force the manufacturers to geo-block all their airports. And it just means that if you buy most commercial drones and you don't know how to hack the software on them, that thing will just not take off if you're within Kui of an airport. It's an exclusion zone of a couple of kilometres for
Yeah.
decent sized ones. So
Yeah, I got a gamer story for you, for the gamers. I'm not, everybody knows I'm not much of a gamer. I'm trying to be, but the Call of Duty nerfs new character after complaints. Gamers were unhappy with the new specialist character Zero, whose ice pick ability allowed the user to steal in game rewards given for kill streaks, reaching a certain level of kills without dying. So I guess what do they do? Just change the fucking character or what?
I get. It sounds like they removed it entirely because it seems like when with a lot of these big games, when people complain about something, instead of trying to retool it to make it something that works, they just make it so that they make it so bad that no one can use it, or they just get rid of it.
Okay, here's my thing with this, and I'm not a gamer, like I said, but
Sure.
you can add this with movies or anything. When people this is their story, right? The people who created this game, this is their story. Their story. They created a character who does this. If you don't like the story, shut the fuck up.
Well, I think what people were complaining about is that they were basically saying, "Oh, this is unbalanced,"
Oh,
like,
wait a minute. I don't want to say you can't bitch. You can bitch, of course. But what I'm saying is that
No, I know.
it's their story.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. But
I used to play Call of Duty World at War, and I used to play a character with the PPSG or PPSH machine gun. It's like this big barrel fucking clip machine, and you just basically walk around the corner and hold the trigger down before you walk around the corner, and just you walk around the corner spraying a whole shitload of bullets at the poor asshole down the end of the thing. Get 7 kills in a row, and then you'd hear the famous fucking words, "Release the dogs," and then there'd be like this big horde of fucking German shepherds run through the map, and they're all working for me, and they're chewing on every fucking one else on the other team, and you just keep getting kill streaks, and it adds up, and it does get rather frustrating. So what they did is they nerf certain things, like my favorite gun. They went, yeah, we're going to take just a little bit of DPS off that just to make it a little bit harder for you, but as you get used to it, or you start moaning and bitching and they change it back. The the greasy fucking wheel gets the oil, mate. So you whinge about shit loud enough that the devs will go, all right, we'll fucking change it then.
That's basically how gaming works these days. Yeah, if people whine enough, then they'll get what they want for better or worse.
I've noticed that gamers, well, which is kind of cool in a way that gamers really do have some kind of voice in their community. And
that is true.
Yeah, I am glad.
They used to.
And
not
a lot
the
of,
last
yeah,
4 years,
well,
no, not so much.
Okay, well, see, I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of, an outsider. So from what I've seen in the past, seems like they have a voice, which like in most communities, the user don't have a voice.
Yeah. Well, I'll slightly revise my statement. Smaller developers listen to their fucking player base. Publishers like EA only listen when shit goes so horribly wrong that sales drop by such a massive amount. Then they'll do token gestures like, we'll take the loot boxes out of our games, but then they put on the magical little fucking fluff words at the end, for now, which means we're putting them back in. The gaming industry is actually in quite a lot of trouble between Bethesda, EA, and a couple other companies. They're all getting fucking horrible hiding at the moment, and rightly so, because they're acting like fucking cunts.
Didn't one of them, I think, the whole Fallout 76 collector's edition bullshit?
That was a fucking disaster.
I think one thing
Bethesda release Fallout fucking 4 multiplayer and then fucking sell it for fucking $200, and then the best bit was the collector's edition. You get all this cool shit, and they promised a canvas bag. When the collectors went down and got this shit, there's this nylon bag that's like a fucking rubbish bag that you can see through. He's the greatest bit. Bethesda come out and said, it's too expensive to make those, so we replaced them. But bullshit. All the journalist events you were giving the social media influencers free fucking canvas versions of the bags and all of the social media influencers, but you gave us free ones at the meetup 2 months before the game release. They've had to backtrack. Bethesda are going to court over this, and they're going to fucking lose.
I think
also they tried to make up for it. Let me just say this real fast. They tried to make up for it by giving $5 of
100 atoms.
$5.
$5.
Yeah, $5. And I just want to make clear that the collector's edition, what was that, like $100 more?
200.
Gross.
Jesus Christ. I think I overheard them saying that they finally did cave, and they're actually going to send out the actual bags.
Because the lawyers went, if you don't, we're so fucked. It's beyond fucked. We're gonna have to come up for a new word of how fucked we are, because we're fucked. We're dead. We bend over now, spit on your own asses, toss your own salad, lube up, because we're getting fucked.
Well, speaking of fucked, here's a guy who was fucked, but then people stepped up for him. Listen here. People raised money for a man who accidentally crashed into 3 Ferraris.
Four
oh my
Ferraris.
God.
It was 4.
Was it 4 or was it 3?
It was 4, and it was $500,000 in damage. He hit a red one.
Ew.
Sorry, he's the chain of events. He's driving along at 5:30 in the morning. He's working and taking over his mum's shift because his mum was sick. He's driving along. He fell asleep at the wheel. He goes donk. Now, this is the bad luck. He just happens to fall asleep right at the point where a group of Ferrari drivers have met up for an early morning drive. So he's gone bonk into the back of the first one. It's then gone into the second one. The second one's gone into the third one. The third one's gone and tapped the fourth one slightly. And an Australian exchange student walked into their fucking mum's shop and gave him $2,300 cash and walked back in. He said, this guy's like, I'm going to be okay. This guy's fucked for life. And people have donated tens of thousands of dollars already.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good.
It's awesome that people stepped up for this guy. It says here that it would cost 12 million Taiwan dollars, but 390,000 US dollars. That's a lot.
500,000 Australian.
Yeah, that's a goddamn. So I am so glad, because like Reddit said, this guy, he's trying to take care of his family, and some shit happened. And it's awesome. I love stories like this when people step up for other people. It's really fucking good. And I'm glad it happened at this time of year, because at this time of year, for some reason, people are more giving. I wish people were more giving all year.
The entire year, yeah.
Yeah, but this time of year, people usually have a little bit more giving spirit. And so I'm thrilled that people are helping this dude.
It's good. It's the right thing to do.
he's not out of the woods yet because he's got to pay back $500,000 fucking, and that will basically take him about 25 years on his current earnings.
But maybe,
and one of the drivers and one of the owners of the Ferrari said, "I worked hard for this, so why should I cop the loss?" So he's forcing the guy to pay. And the dude that caused the accident said, "I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I didn't mean for this to happen, but I caused this accident, so I must accept responsibility for my action." So he's got honor and integrity. So he's going to pay. But what's happening is third parties are coming in and going, "We're going to take some of the heat off the drugs."
And that's great, and that's awesome. If you can, you need to. I honestly, you don't have to. You're not obligated to help people. You're not. We're not. But when, if you are in a place where you can see someone like this guy who just shit just went wrong for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you are in a place to help somebody like that, fucking do it, man. Do it. I mean, we all ain't. Most of us aren't in places that we can do stuff like that, but. There's a lot of people that are. Step the fuck up, man. I think you'll feel better about yourself as a human being. Or as a human being.
Human being. Yeah. That's what they need to do.
Egghead has such a great punchable face, doesn't he?
I just want to mention real fast. I've seen 3 separate people in the chat at this point call Egghead Paul's ego.
I know. I do.
Well, he looks like something Paul's ego shit out, basically.
And
I'm gonna call you.
Before we went live, Pitmonk made that same comment.
He's kind of like a Paul's ego clone that was just like not kept in the oven quite long enough.
Yeah, like a bargain bin one,
I've got it. Paul's ego.
Oh.
Oh my god.
There you go.
yeah, dude. He's Paul from the freezer section, dude.
Yeah. He's welfare ego.
Oh, yeah. Steve King was right. Eggs Paulo. I like that one.
Eggs Paulo. That's good.
I love it.
That's good. Eggs Paulo. That's
I like that
fucking
shit.
Oh my god, that's
Eggs Paul
Go.
That's Paul. That's it.
Eggs Paul. Yeah, that's him, dude.
Yeah,
Eggs Paul.
Eggs Paul.
Eggs Paul go.
Steve Kimbry, you win the internet for the day, brother.
Yeah,
yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you
awesome.
Get the seal of approval.
Judge declines to dismiss sexual assault charges against Harvey Weinstein. Well, of course he does. Look, if anybody's guilty, this motherfucker guilty.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, him and Cosby.
What about the other guy?
What other guy?
Oh God, the guy that was in House of Cards. What's his name?
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, him.
Dude, that's a different one. That's a different.
Hey,
story.
I've got a question
that
for
show.
you, boss. I've got a question for you. Now, if you threw fucking Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein in a fucking jail cell together and left them there, who's raping who first?
I think Cosby wins.
Cosby's gonna nail him.
Cosby wins?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
He's too fucking old. He's
but he's
cracked.
cunning.
Yeah, Cosby's got more experience, dude.
He doesn't have any fucking drugs in that cell,
But he's
dude.
cunning. He's charming.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna offer him a pudding pop.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I was sitting there watching Cosby doing an interview that one time, and deep down, I know he's the fucking rapist, and I'm like, oh. I know that seems awful, but he's so charming.
He is.
Oh, Mr. Cosby.
I just wondered if he ever role played as the Brown Hornet while he was getting up to some of those big things.
The Brown Hornet. That's what I call my shit. The Brown Hornet.
It's the Brown
God.
Hornet. I used to love that show.
Yeah.
The Brown Hornet.
What about Now, do you think that the latest accuser, Neil deGrasse Tyson, do you think he could probably be guilty of doing all this stuff that people are accusing him of?
I think Neil's getting false. I mean, I don't think Neil's that bad.
I think I don't think there doesn't seem to be much to the allegations against him. They just seem like hearsay. Like,
you know the one I love that got accused, and he shot that shit down real quick, and nobody's even talking about it no more. That's Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Wait, Morgan Freeman got accused?
Yeah, somebody came. Morgan was like, "Wait a minute, bitch."
Oh my God.
Well,
Morgan didn't stand for that shit.
Yeah, and Neil deGrasse Tyson he said straight away, listen, it was some lady, he invited some girl back to his place. She said, yes, I went back there for wine and cheese. And then basically she regretted it later. Said, "Oh, I was uncomfortable and it felt icky." That's one of the accusations. Well, big fucking deal. That's called a bad date. We've all fucking been.
Yeah, you don't get buyer's choice.
Get over it.
You don't get buyer's regret with this shit. You
Yeah.
cannot get buyer's regret with sex. That is fucking horrible.
No, there was no sex. It was
But
wine and cheese night. No sex. And
Seriously.
she just felt, I felt a bit weird and it was a bit icky because he was my boss and he took his shit. It's just like, well, get the fuck out then.
But you know,
And
look,
then the other one was some lady got a tattoo of the solar system. And Neil deGrasse Tyson has got a thing about Pluto, him and Landon
Of
go
course
on
he
about
does.
it all the time.
Yeah.
And Pluto was apparently under his shoulder and he's gone to move the shoulder bit of the dress to look to see if Pluto was there or not, whether it was included in the solar system tattoo. Because he was really interested. The other one was a rape allegation from when he was back in college, I do believe.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think that one held much water because he never run a court for it or got.
I tell you, the one that really pissed me off was George Takei. They tried to get him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did. I was like, oh no.
Some guy was like, oh, he basically said he like assaulted him outright, and then was like, oh, I lied. And George Takei was like, yeah, I told you this guy was lying. And then he's like, no, wait, it did happen.
well, George Takei assaulted me with his acting.
What? Now this probably does. This doesn't have anything to do with like any sexual allegations, but like this has to do with like, oh, this person's a racist, and that happened right after he died. And it was like right after it was Stan Lee that got accused of being a horrible racist the day after he died. And I was like, come on.
Yeah, people are look, in this day and age, it's so easy to point at any white straight guy and say he did this bad. I don't want to play victim because I'm not a victim, of course, and everything. But it seems the roles have reversed, and the ones that are being fucking mistreated are white straight guys.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse before it gets better too.
Yeah, and all these and not all white, because you know, look, it's been black guys in general, men are under the eye. Really, we are all men, but white straight guys are under the eye because of racism and sexism. And it's look, there's a lot of fucking sorry ass, pathetic people out there, racists, rapists, sexists, and you never hear people like me or Red Eye defending the ones that are pretty obviously assholes and disgusting human beings. But everybody's not that. Everybody's not that. I am not a fucking racist or a rapist because I have opinions on things. And if I say something smells funny in China, then you know what? I'm not a racist because I think something smells funny with your story, right?
Yeah.
And accusations should not be verdicts, but they are in the public eye. If someone's accused of something, he's automatically guilty in the public eye, which is fucking horrible. Everybody, I don't care if they're guilty or not, deserves their due process.
I agree.
And it's sad that we've gotten to a point now to where we can absolutely destroy someone's life simply because of an accusation.
Yep.
And I'd like to add that these false accusations cheapen the suffering of actual sexual assault victims.
Abso-fucking-lutely it does.
Yeah.
When you're claiming that you're, being assaulted because someone looked at your butt or someone, flirted with you, you're minimizing a real problem.
Yeah, and that's the honest truth about it too. It really does make so many people out there just not take any rape accusation seriously at all. Even,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Because of all these like.
Uh-oh, I lost my call, guys. Sorry about that. I have to rejoin the call.
These person ratings.
Hey, so wait a minute. Time out. Sorry, guys. Skype dropped me out of the call, so they weren't hearing what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But we're back. We're back.
Okay. I was gonna. Well, I don't even remember what I was saying. Fuck, I'm high.
It's a good morning to get.
Man, all right. You're just gonna have to take my word, Pimlock. I had this really good point, and I had this really good addition to the conversation, and it was amazing. It blew everyone's socks off. It's true, dude.
Yeah.
The
I understand.
fuck was that?
Somebody has some in the background.
I don't know, dude.
There it goes again.
Someone's having an argument.
It sounds like you're fucking living in a Chinese restaurant. Anyways, Red Eye.
I didn't do it.
I accuse you of sexual harassment.
Well, it's true. It happened
Yeah.
How dare you?
I've been
fact, get off the
sexually
show.
harassed.
right now.
You feel it?
Oh.
You've done what did you say about arrest?
I said I've been sexually harassed several times. It was great.
Yeah, dude.
That's great.
I like giving sex to her ass. It's fucking awesome.
I like being harassed for sex too. It's fucking awesome too.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh
I'm
my
talking about.
god.
It's just like, ladies, I'm just giving you my blanket consent right now. Harass me for sex anytime you like. There you go.
When did this shit happen? I didn't even know this happened. Students who became activists after their school was targeted by a gunman. Oh, okay. 17 people were killed after a gunman targeted students at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida. Survivors then turned campaigners. Oh, okay.
Another school shooting. What a surprise.
It says, we don't want your thoughts and condolences. We want policy and changes is one of the signs, and I agree with that. Look, I am not anti-gun, and people, somehow I get tagged as anti-gun. I don't know why.
Same here.
I get tagged as anti-gun. I don't know why that happens, because I want stronger laws against our guns, and I don't think everybody, just because you want a fucking gun, deserve a gun. That's how I feel. I don't have a problem with, people having guns for hunting, because hunting's necessary. We need hunting, because if we don't, deers will take the fuck over, because they fuck they fuck
Yeah, it's
a lot.
Oh, so they fuck like rabbits?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it would be at
exactly.
the expense of other wildlife too if they
Yeah,
overpopulated.
and, so hunting is a necessity to this world, even though a lot of fucking vegans and shit disagree with me, but, you're stupid for disagreeing with me on that point, because it's just facts. But I also don't think that it should be so easy, and people don't realize how easy it is. There's a fucking flea market here in Mississippi, in Ripley, Mississippi, once a month. I can go into a flea market. There's a dude who sets up with guns. I don't get questioned. I don't get carded. I don't get anything. I can buy a fucking handgun.
Jesus. Not even a background search or anything.
No, it's an individual seller. He's just
Damn.
he's a flea market guy.
Yeah, he doesn't need to give you a background check.
He doesn't have to do that, but he sells guns. Oh, he sells a few other things, bullets. But he sells, it's. I mean, I've seen it happen. I was with a friend who bought a fucking .357 Magnum.
Holy fuck.
And didn't. All he did was like, how much you want for the gun? $350. Okay, boom.
That's
it.
crazy, man.
Wow.
So it's way too easy to buy guns. Now, people say, well, it's not. That's against the law. Yeah, it's against the law to do it like that. It is against the law to sell it like that. However, nobody's enforcing the law.
Actually, some states it's perfectly legal to do it that way.
True. Some states it is. And here, and here in Mississippi, of course, we've got the open carry law. You can just walk into a motherfucking Walmart with a machine gun. What the fuck?
There is a county somewhere, I forget which state it's in, but there is a fucking county, and I watched this on the news many moons ago, and my jaw hit the floor. And this county went, well, we got a bit of a problem with meth heads around here. So what we're offering the people live in this county is, if you shoot a trespasser, we will give you a couple of $100 fucking bounty.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah.
And they said, funny thing though, after the first month, the crime rate dropped real quick. And it's a very fucking strange thing to do, but they basically said the laws were, if you didn't try and shoot, if you shot below the waist, it was considered weren't trying to kill them at that point. If you weren't trying to put lead into their chest, so if you shoot them in the fucking leg and you hit a major artery and they bleed out and die, you don't get charged with murder. You get let off. And if they survive and you can prove that they were up to no good and you can prove that they were trespassing, you got a bounty for them. And you get to shoot people. It's just like, oh, America.
Yeah,
What
no.
are we living in the fucking 1800s now?
Now,
Were
this
those
is one
bounty hunters?
county- It's one county in one state, and I forget where it'll be, somewhere like some backwater state with some backwater fucking county where everyone's related because their grandmothers are all basically sisters.